Pray for the Chicago Bears, man. They got demolished by the Kansas City Chiefs 41-10, and this was a really easy game for the Kansas City Chiefs. It looked like their offense was practicing against air. The Bears defense looked like a JV high school team. It was 34-0 at halftime, man. And, Kansas City, even though they were expected to win this game by double digits, you didn't expect this game to look so easy for them. I mean, Patrick Mahomes looked absolutely flawless. He could do no wrong. 24-33, 272 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. He didn't get sacked once. The rushing attack averaged over 4 yards per attempt. Clyde Edwards-Helaire was really impressive. Isaiah Pacheco had a really nice game. And overall, as a team, Kansas City accounted for 153 total yards rushing on the ground. And they went 10 of 14 on third down. Like, the Chicago Bears, they might need to just burn this thing to the ground, fire everybody, trade everybody, and just go ahead and rebuild. Because this was a really ugly loss. And defensively, I mean, we know that Kansas City's defense has been on the tear this year. This has been the best defense that Steve Spagnuolo has had up to this point, being the DC in Kansas City. But damn, you talk about clamping up an offense. How about this stat? Chicago only had 99 yards passing from Justin Fields in this game. I mean, they had 3 sacks. And Chicago had more success running the ball than they did throwing it, even though they needed to throw the football to win this game. You look at Kansas City right now, and you ask yourself, is this still a team that should be viewed as the front runner to make it out of the AFC? Absolutely yes. And there's only so much you can take away from the Kansas City Chiefs because they are playing against one of the worst teams in the NFL. But you look at Miami putting 70 on the Denver Broncos and Kansas City hanging 41 on the Chicago Bears. I am just in complete disbelief at how bad the Chicago Bears are this season. A lot of people didn't expect much from Chicago, but did you expect them to be as bad this year as they were last year? Because the way they are playing right now, they probably could be in contention to get the #1 overall pick for the 2nd straight year in a row. I mean, this team is an absolute disaster. Fire everybody. Ryan Poles, he has to go. The free agency acquisitions aren't panning out. Justin Fields, you got to ship his ass off too. He may not be a bust. Somebody else may be able to save him, but I think for the Chicago Bears, you need to start over at QB. Caleb Williams will be a good starting point for you. Matt Eberflus, he has to go. He's a defensive-minded head coach, and they got arguably the worst defense in the NFL. The Bears are a complete disaster. All right, and if this game didn't confirm this, wait until next week. Because we got the Denver Broncos taking on the Chicago Bears, and next week's matchup for the Chicago Bears is pretty much going to make or break this season. This is why I'm not quick to come on here and say the Bears season is over, even though it looks like it's over. But depending on if they can beat the Broncos next week is going to decide if they should go ahead and throw the damn towel on this season or if they can turn this thing around. But it's not looking good for Chicago. And you can't even make no more excuses for Justin Fields. He didn't play well in this game, but the whole team around him didn't play well. The coaching staff, they didn't look like they had this team prepared. The play calling was abysmal. I mean, we thought that we were going to see Justin Fields utilized more in this game like how he was last season, but we didn't. I mean, the Bears tried. He did get more rushing attempts, but other than that, I mean, this offense didn't improve at all. The Bears are the worst team in the NFL. They're worse than the Arizona Cardinals. Can you imagine that? Imagine the Arizona Cardinals, a team that's projected to have the worst record in the NFL, who has the least talented roster in the league, winning the game before you do. And they did it against the Dallas freaking Cowboys. It's a mess in the Windy City right now. There are a lot of tough conversations that need to be had about every single position on this team. I mean, everybody who was penciled in as a starter for the Chicago Bears in last week's game needs to be competing for their starting job next week against the Denver Broncos, because this team played awful in this game. Every single position. If you were grading every single position from quarterback to cornerback, everybody would have an F plus performance for the Chicago Bears in this game. They made this game look way too easy for the Kansas City Chiefs. It looked like they was just having another day of practice. You feel me? This is supposed to be an official NFL game, but Kansas City treated it like it was the preseason damn near. At least it looked like it. So the Chiefs roll through the Chicago Bears. The Bears still have yet to win a game this year, and it looks like this team is on their way to once again having the #1 overall pick for the second consecutive year in a row.